A Cranston man has been sentenced to 20 years in prison in what federal investigators say was one of the largest fentanyl busts in Rhode Island's history.
According to the Department of Health's metrics, the amount seized in the raid would be enough to kill 8 million people. But new numbers show signs of hope for Rhode Islanders when it comes to opioid epidemic.
Kate Wilkinson talked to the Department of Health about the data and tells us what she's learned.
The number of opioid deaths fell for the second year in a row. That's according to data from the Rhode Island Department of Health, getting closer to pre-pandemic numbers.
In September of 2023, federal investigators raided a storage unit here on Harris Street in Pawtucket, leading to the arrest of 36-year-old Jorge Big Head Pimentel and the seizure of 16 kilograms of fentanyl. Many of the fentanyl-laced pills were made to look like other prescription narcotics. Now this week, the U.S. Attorney's Office says Pimentel has been sentenced to 20 years for running the drug lab.
I do think that our law enforcement colleagues do have an important role to play in addressing opioid epidemic, because part of this is supply issue, right?
Dr. Philip Chan with the Rhode Island Department of Health says data from the state agency shows the vast majority of overdose deaths in the state involve fentanyl, but adds that percentage went down in 2024.
In 2024, we were seeing about 60% of all fatal overdoses did have some fentanyl contamination, and that's down from about 70%, a little bit above that during previous years.
New state data that's being finalized also shows the number of fatal overdoses declined last year, down to 327 people.
We peaked in 2022 with about 436 fatal overdoses, and at least in 2023, that number was down to 404.
Dr. Chan says a number of factors could be contributing to the decline, including intervention methods the state has deployed to address the epidemic, but says the reduction in fentanyl-related deaths is part of it.
Drug supply is changing, and I think that's one thing that makes it really difficult to respond to, is that there's an ever-changing drug supply. It just requires constant surveillance and understanding of what's in the drug supply.
Rhode Island's first safe injection site opened in January. According to Project Weber Renew, it prevented roughly 24 overdoses in the first 2 months. Live in studio, Kate Wilkinson, 12 News.